Yoshi, aka Jurassic Fanatic, and this is an update video of my Mattel Jurassic World collection. I figured I'd make another one of these videos because I want a video like this in higher quality than the last one, because I decided to film the last one when it was literally turning dark and it's kind of annoying, so we're gonna make one a little better. I started collecting this toy line back in 2019, a little after it had its first debut is what kind of happened, so yeah, anyway, this is how much I accumulated since then. Universal made a very good decision to give Mattel the Jurassic World license because Hasbro treated it like shit, and Mattel actually knows what they're doing with the brand because they got fans that like it and put a lot of love into it, unlike Hasbro, who just gave the Star Wars team the Jurassic World license. Just look at the old Toy Fair videos and how little the Hasbro reps know about Jurassic World. It's honestly scary. But this is the Mattel Jurassic World. Thrash and Throw T-Rex came out in 2019 with the debut of the line, costed around $39.99. I got mine for half off because I didn't start collecting the line right away, like I said earlier, so I got it a little later. Definitely a step up from Hasbro's disgusting mess that they made. This is the Bull T-Rex, or what is supposed to be the Bull T-Rex. It is smaller than the Thrash and Throw, though, because it is using the Extreme Chompin' T-Rex sculpt, so it is a little smaller, so not as big as the Bull T-Rex actually is, but they tried to mimic the color scheme to the best of their ability and gave us this Bull T-Rex. This is my favorite T-Rex, still is. This is the Bite and Fight T-Rex. I mainly like it because I like the way the sculpt looks. I like the proportions a lot better than the other two sculpts. I like having the head raised a bit more, how this one is. Kind of annoying how the mouth stays open, but what are you gonna do? Also, the tongue is textured on this one, so that's exciting. But I also like the chocolate brown color. Just overall, a very simple T-Rex sculpt and design, but it is the best one in my opinion. This is one of the newest T-Rexes that came out with the Legacy Collection Ford Explorer set. The T-Rex Escape Pack is what it was called. This one came with the Ford Explorer and Tim Murphy. And it is an Extreme Chompin' repaint. If I didn't say that already, I really don't know what I'm saying. Here's the Epic Roaring T-Rex. This one has the updated sculpt, a lot deeper sculpt. You can tell from the other ones. The other ones are a lot more, what would you call this, soft in sculpt work. This one's a lot deeper. This is probably a lot of people's favorites. It's not my favorite. It roars and shakes its head. The brown looks pretty alright. My favorite part of this T-Rex is probably that the feet are a lot more detailed. The sculpt work on the feet look really good, but mine is defective and can't stand unless it's in that upright position. So just not my favorite T-Rex, but these are my Jurassic World T-Rexes that I own. These are dinosaurs that are in the Tyrannosauridae family, so they are related to Tyrannosaurus rex. This is Tarbosaurus, Albertosaurus, Battle Damage Albertosaurus, which has the cool ribcage feature that opens when it's hit and then has the squishy organs on the inside. And then this is the baby T-Rex that came with that Bull T-Rex we just saw. And then while I'm showing big dinosaurs, here is Destroy and Devour Indominus Rex. It's kind of just its own thing. Hybrid in Jurassic World, still one of my favorite dinosaurs. Excellent, excellent toy. It's only an excellent toy, though, if you don't play rough with your toys. So if you're a toy collector, it's an excellent toy. If you're an actual kid, they kind of break very easily at the neck because that hinge or whatever is pretty brittle. And another big dinosaur that fits in the 3 3/4 scale line, Mosasaurus. And it is not a dinosaur, actually, so I take back the dinosaur part. It is a prehistoric reptile. All prehistoric animals that swam or flew in the sky were not dinosaurs. They lived in the same time period as dinosaurs, but they're not dinosaurs themselves. So this is Mosasaurus. And Mosasaurus usually doesn't stand like this, but I think it's funny. It looks like a dog. It does not usually stand like this, but I think it is hilarious. So yeah, this is Mosasaurus. Here is both of my Spinosauruses. I picked this one up right when this one started getting released in the US, and then I found another one at my local Target, so I have one in box as well. But here is Spinosaurus. I really like this color scheme of Spinosaurus, and I think they did a good job. It's a pretty basic figure, it doesn't do much. Basically, it's just like the extreme chomping T-Rex. But still cool to have nonetheless, because Spinosaurus is just very hard to find. And in the Spinosauridae family, we have Suchomimus and Suchomimus, well, Action Attack Suchomimus, and whatever the heck this one is. I always thought this one was kind of weird because it's warm colors and it's a aquatic type dinosaur, you know? So it looks really weird that it's desert colors. And also the mouth being open like that is strange. This is not a favorite of mine at all. Action Attack Suchomimus is super cool though. I really like this one. And yeah, there is Suchomimus. Another dinosaur group in the Spinosauridae family is Baryonyx, and Mattel really likes Baryonyxes because there are so many. Baryonyx is a cool dinosaur, but wow, is there a lot. Here is Baryonyx Grimm from Camp Cretaceous. This Baryonyx, I want to say, came in the pack with Darius and the Stegosaurus. This Baryonyx is a battle damage Baryonyx, which is just basically horrible splotches of red paint on it. And it came with that set with Owen and a motorcycle and just a bunch of random crap thrown into a box. And this is a repaint of the Roarvors Baryonyx, this green one. And then this is the original Baryonyx that is supposed to look like how it did in the movie Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. And I think it does a very good job at that. That one is still the best color scheme in my opinion. And then in second place is this green Baryonyx right here. I like the way that one looks too. Here are the two Carnotauruses I have. They are part of the Abelisauridae family, which these types of dinosaurs are known for their vestigial arms, meaning they can't move them at all because they are slowly evolving to not have them, basically is what that means. And they also have their very short skull shapes, if that makes sense. They're very just smushed looking, and I love Carnotaurus because it's funny looking and cool at the same time. This is Action Attack Carnotaurus, one of my favorite Carnotauruses. Looks good, looks very agile, has a cool action feature. Surprising that they didn't repaint that one at all. And then this is Control and Conquer Carnotaurus, a little bigger than the Action Attack one, so it's kind of out of scale, but that's okay. And I don't like how they made this color scheme too similar to the original one. They could have gone way out there, but they kept it really close. And that's one complaint I have about Mattel Carnotauruses is they all have that same red undertone color. And yeah, my Carnotaurus gets a ankle bracelet just because I did that a long time ago and I just keep it that way because it's funny. So yeah, this is Carnotaurus. I think Majungasaurus here is the only other Abelisauridae dinosaur I have, and I'm not sure if it's the only other one in the Mattel Jurassic World line, but this one is a cool one because it's really funny looking, but the colors are cool, and yeah, it makes noises and stuff. I don't have anything else to say about it. Here are my two Allosauruses. They're struggling to stand a lot, mainly because this sculpt has one foot that is not fully flat on the ground, so yikes, not good. I got the Battle at Big Rock Allosaurus first, which is the one in the front, and then the Roarvors one I got way later, but this one was released with the original Fallen Kingdom lineup, and it's supposed to look like the juvenile Allosaurus in the movie. I don't know how good of a job it does, it's okay. Skull shape is a little off. But this one, I have so many issues with the proportions because the head is way too big, the tail's way too small, this whole dinosaur is a mess. Here are these two Sarcosuchuses, not dinosaurs. They're like prehistoric crocodiles, and I absolutely love these two figures. They have very different color schemes, so they don't look like each other, and I like when they don't look like each other. And just the sculpt work looks so good. I really like how these osteoderms start out small and get long as they get onto the tail. I think that looks really good. And just their motion is very fluid, and the way the tail hangs on the ground, I really like that. Here is Postosuchus, another prehistoric crocodile type creature. Another really cool one, a hard to find one too. Here is Cryolophosaurus. I really like this sculpt, and the color scheme is very, how do I put it? It's very primary color looking. It reminds me of the primary colors because it's just flat yellow and then almost flat red. Looks good though, and I still want to get the Cryolophosaurus that's black or dark blue. I think that is a very cool contrast. See, I like when the species look very different from one another, so that way you can have a ton of different color schemes of the same species, unlike Carnotaurus, where it's all the same looking. I like it when they're very different. Here are my two concavenators. Concavinator was never actually alive in a Jurassic World film. It was in a display in the Lockwood Manor, so that was cool. Also, this concavinator has a thumb, which is very bizarre. A lot of people do not like the thumb, and it's not showing very well, of course. Here, we'll show there. There you go. It has a thumb, and a lot of people didn't like that. Also, this second color scheme of the concavinator is really ugly. I don't know who came up with this one. I still think it looks awful to this day, and I think I got this one on sale at Walmart because I was definitely not going to be buying this one for full price because it looks really bad. This one, however, I was in love with it when I first saw the promo pictures for some reason. I think I just liked how goofy it looked and the dark color scheme for some reason. So I just knew I had to get this version of it right when I saw it for some reason. I think I even had a dream about it. Here is the repaint of the Rorivores Metriacanthosaurus. I remember seeing the first one all the time in Target, and I always passed it up because the color scheme looked like puke to me. And this one I thought was a little more tolerable. Still not the best color scheme, but if I want a Metriacanthosaurus, I much rather have it be this color than the first one, because the first one was just really ugly to me. Here is Poopy Ceratosaurus, another one I really don't like, but I also was never a fan of the Ceratosaurus sculpt to begin with, because I think they reused Suchomimus feet on here, and the ankles are too fat, and this is just not proportioned well. It has one of the smallest feet to body ratio than any of the other dinosaurs, because Mattel usually makes the feet a little bigger so that they can balance, so this just looks really off. That doesn't follow that, because it just looks like a Suchomimus foot was glued onto this leg, and it's a mess, and the proportions bother me, and none of the color schemes I really liked, except that one that's packed with the two raptors. I don't mind that one, but I don't see a purpose of buying it. This is my Rorivores Pteranodon, and I got this as one of those mystery packages from Best Buy. I remember they were having a sale on Rorivores, and you just buy one and they send you whatever. And it was at the time when I didn't have a lot of Rorivores, so it's kind of like whatever I get is fine for the most part. So that's how I got this Pteranodon. Here are my two Indoraptors, and I think by now we all know how I feel about Indoraptor. Amazing character design. Absolutely love it. It's what made Fallen Kingdom actually decent, because the overall plot was kind of predictable. But Indoraptor's character design was really cool to me. And, of course, I have Superposable Indoraptor and Grab and Growl Indoraptor, also known as Vincent and Jet. Love the Indoraptors. They were the first additions into the Jurassic World collection. Here is my recently acquired Scorpius Rex. This is the non-electronic version, and it came with the Danger Pack with Kenji and the Gyrosphere. Scorpius Rex is the ugliest dinosaur in the Jurassic World franchise, and it's still cool looking, it's just really weird. So yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. I really think Mattel did a good job depicting this creature other than the missing quills on the head, but it is good looking to me. Here are my ceratopsian dinosaurs. This, I think, is a majority of my herbivore collection because I'm more of a carnivore person, so I naturally have more carnivores than herbivores. Also, I'm pretty sure Mattel just made more carnivores. So anyway, this is the Rorivores Triceratops. It came out in the first Fallen Kingdom wave. This is a repaint of a different Triceratops sculpt. It's a slightly more aggressive stance than this one. This one's kind of chill, and this one's more aggressive stance. I don't know what this is. I think it's a Sound Strike. I must have gotten it on sale because I have no idea when I picked this up, but I think it's cool. I like the grayish brown with the blue on it. It doesn't look bad. This is Styracosaurus, and mine has incredibly loose legs. Fun, yeah. I don't know if it started with that loose of legs, but yeah, it can't stand, so it always just looks like it's sleeping. But Styracosaurus is a cool dinosaur because it has a lot of horns, and it's got a cool skull shape. And here's Pachyrhinosaurus, which was the oopsies that Mattel made when they called it a Sinoceratops on the box, and they gave it the Sinoceratops color scheme from the movie, but it's a Pachyrhinosaurus. which is kind of funny because they released an Imaginext Sinoceratops and called it a Pachyrhinosaurus. So I'm not sure if it's two different teams and they made the same mistake, or if it's kind of like a little call out to their first mistake and they're kind of like making a joke about it, but I don't know why they would do that on their packaging. I have no idea. But they fixed their mistake and they made an actual Sinoceratops, and I love their Sinoceratops so much. The skull shape is beautiful, and I think they did such a good job with their sculpt work, and both color schemes look so pretty. I really like Sinoceratops. It's probably my favorite ceratopsian. So here they are. Here is this bluish gray Stegosaurus that came with the Baryonyx and Darius. I want to say it was called like a Camp Adventure Pack or something. And everyone thinks this is just gray, so can I just see more colors than everyone else? Because this has a blue tint to me. So just let me know. Here is Parasaurolophus and Edmontosaurus, both hadrosaurs. I really like Edmontosaurus' color scheme, and this Parasaurolophus looks a lot better with the improved neck sculpt, because the other one looked really weird because it couldn't be in the upright position. And I also really like the bioluminescent Parasaurolophuses in Camp Cretaceous. I think that was cool. And it'd be cool if you almost put blacklight paint on this, so then it could almost do that in real life. Here is my Legacy Collection Brachiosaurus, and I remember how excited all the Jurassic fans were when this was revealed online at, I want to say, Toy Fair or San Diego Comic-Con, something like that. And this is the first ever big in-scale dinosaur they made for the line, and Brachiosaurus is just absolutely beautiful. I don't think I'm going to be picking up Apatosaurus because I don't think Apatosaurus looks as good as Brachiosaurus, but I want to say I got this on sale. Sometimes you get lucky and new Jurassic toys happen to come out right when Target is already planning a sale. So that's how I sometimes get really new figures on sale. So yeah, just test your luck. It's fun. You know, Target's a really good place to get Jurassic stuff. And yeah, here is Legacy Collection Brachiosaurus. Let's see if I can get it. Oh, it's really big. I want to say it's like 2 feet tall or something. Onto my smaller dinosaurs that weren't a part of any bigger dinosaur family. This is Sauropelta and Minmi. These are both like ankylosaur type dinosaurs. I don't know why I don't actually have an ankylosaurus. Kind of annoying because none of them looked bad. So it definitely wasn't an aesthetic thing. I just don't think I picked them up because I think I prefer carnivores over herbivores. So yeah, maybe one day I'll add an ankylosaurus. But until now, this is as close as I'm going to get to an ankylosaurus in my collection. I lied. I do have an ankylosaurus in my collection. It's Bumpy! Yeah, here's Bumpy. I have an ankylosaurus in my collection. It's just a baby ankylosaurus. Bumpy is so cute. They did a good job. And here is this other baby Bumpy. And before I forget, I have this baby Stegosaurus that came with Claire, which is just an adult Stegosaurus, just shrink down. And then I have a baby Triceratops, which came with Owen, maybe? No, it came with Zia. Yeah, I remember. It came with Zia. Here are the raptors that I have. I really wanted to get those Legacy Collection jumping raptors because I really liked the color scheme of them. And they were on clearance at one point in those big packs. And dumb me decided to not buy them. And now they are history, basically. So I'm very upset about that. But, you know, I make a lot of dumb decisions. A lot of my dumb decisions involve not buying something. Like, a lot of people say they have regrets of buying something. No, I'm the other way around. You know, if I want something, I should really just buy it and not be so stingy or whatever. But look at this little cute baby blue that came with that Owen action figure. And then here's the jumping blue, and then this jumping raptor. And then, yeah, and then these two came with the Ellie Sattler Legacy Collection pack. Maybe it was Legacy Collection. I don't know. It came with the banner and stuff. And I call this Delta, but it might have been called Charlie. So yeah, there's the raptors. Here are the two Dilophosauruses I have. This is a water squirting one. I got it as a graduation gift. The purple is kind of a weird color, but oh well. And this is the Dennis Nedry Jeep Getaway set Dilophosaurus. I really wish I got that Legacy Collection one that came in the big pack that I once again did not buy. Oh my god, like why? Like, there's two dinosaurs now that I want in that pack, and I decided to not buy it. That has a much better color scheme than this one. But yeah, these are the two Delos that I have. Here is Mononychus. I have nothing more to say about it. It's really weird looking. Looks like a chicken. Here is Monolophosaurus, and I'm pretty sure I bought this one when I was just going home for a weekend, and I checked my Target and I found it, so I just kind of impulse bought it. Doesn't look bad, looks fine. Here is Proceratosaurus, and I really like this dinosaur because I think it's super cute and has an interesting head sculpt, and this color scheme looks nice. I think Mattel did a good job with this one. Here is Ornitholestes, another cute looking dinosaur, I guess. I like the color scheme on this one. I think my small dinosaur's feet are getting warped together because they're sitting in a box on top of each other, so I might have to fix some of those, but it's still standing. And yeah, I like this one. It's good. Here are these two Herrerasauruses. This is the battle damage one. This is the regular attack pack one. I think Herrerasaurus is one of the ugliest dinosaurs ever. It is disgusting with both the body shape and head shape. But one thing I liked about the battle damage ones is they actually had the insert molded joints to be able to pivot the legs in and out, and they have the hinge joints at the arm, unlike the attack packs that are just swivels. So they're basically a way to get an attack pack with better articulation, so that's nice. Here is Alioramus. Cool color scheme. I think the head is a bit big for the body, but what are you gonna do? Here are my 3 Dracorexes, and they did a very good job making sure this dinosaur has very different color schemes from each other, because every one of them looks pretty good to me. This is the first Dracorex. This is the one that came with the Owen and the 4-wheeler, and this is just a repaint of the Dracorex, and the middle one is my favorite because I really like the gray color. So Dracorex is super cool because it's got a lot of colors. Here is Stygimoloch, and this is the repaint, and I passed on the one that looks like the movie colored Stygimoloch simply because I thought it looked cheap compared to all the other figures. So I waited on a Stygimoloch, and I thought this gray one looked a lot better than that, so I went with the gray Stygimoloch. Here is Mosaurus. It looks like a baby Brachiosaurus, but it's not a Brachiosaurus. Here is Gallimimus, and this paint scheme is made to look like the Kenner version of it. I don't really care for Gallimimus. It's kind of a weak-looking dinosaur to me, but yeah, this is what I bought along with the Monolophosaurus, I think, when I went to Target that one time. Here's Troodon, and Troodon has short legs for some reason. Like, these legs look too small for the body, but I like how textured this one is, and I think the color scheme's cool. So yeah, fun little dinosaur. It looks like an iguana. Anyway, yeah. Here is a repainted Plesiosaurus, and this I found at Walmart, and I just thought it was cool because I remember Plesiosaurus was kind of hard to find, so to find one was kind of neat. But I never knew Plesiosaurus was actually quite small compared to Mosasaurus. That's one thing I like about this line, is it really shows you the scale of different species next to each other. So interesting. Plesiosaurus is not that big. And if I got everything, that is all for my 3 3/4 dinosaur figures. We can move on to the humans and vehicles and then Amber collection. Here are my legacy collection humans. I have Robert Muldoon, Ellie Sattler, Ian Malcolm, or Dr. Ellie Sattler, Dr. Ian Malcolm, Dennis Nedry, John Hammond, Tim Murphy, and then the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Dennis Nedry, and then I have Dr. Alan Grant in here, and then another Dr. Ellie Sattler, and then this is the original Jeep Wrangler that came out with the first line in Legacy Collection, and this is the newly released Ford Explorer that looks absolutely amazing. So glad we finally have that. And yeah, this is my human selection. Also, here is the Jeep with the cover that came with Dennis Nedry. I do really like this one, other than the missing stripe. But yeah, this is Jeep number 12. And then Jeep 18. Here are my Jurassic World humans: Zia Rodriguez, Owen Grady, Claire Deering, Maisie Lockwood, Owen, and then Wheatley. And then I got this Gyrosphere recently in the Danger Pack. And then here are the current Camp Cretaceous characters I have: Darius and Kenji. I only got action figures of characters that actually exist. So any of the no-name characters, like mercenaries and stuff, I did not get because that's kind of unnecessary to me. So here are my Jurassic World humans. Here is that 4-wheeler, and then this motorcycle, and then this T-Rex skull that Maisie came with. And that about wraps up the main 3 3/4 collection video. I decided I'm going to put the Amber collection in its own thing at some point. I'm just not going to add it into this video since it's not a part of the main line of Jurassic World. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Feel free to let me know what your Jurassic World collection looks like, what dinosaurs you want, which ones you have. Just let me know, start a conversation in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video.